What's up? It's Brian again of Kid and Dad Motovlog. For today's agenda, we're gonna be riding just a quick one. We're just gonna grab a cup of coffee. This one's gonna be just a short ownership review, or something like a first impression about this Aprilia RSV4 Factory a-PRC. So this one is a 2013 model. So please join me. Let's go and take a spin. Alright, so we're here now. It's just around the block, and we'll just try to see if they offer coffee, and I'm just gonna buy one and then we'll head on to my points and views about this 2013 Aprilia RSV4 Factory a-PRC. We'll be back. Good afternoon. May coffee kaya, boss? We just got our coffee, and by the way, we're in this is Santo Domingo Shell branch, and they do have a very big store here, and they do have a lot of different stores inside the store. So they have Ateritas Baksilog, Potato Corner, and Mr. Donut, and they do have some tables here as well as tables outside if you do want to be outdoor. Alright, so we're just gonna get our daily caffeine dose, and after this one we're gonna be reviewing the RSV4. Alright, I still have a lot of coffee inside my cup, so why don't we go ahead and proceed with the review while sipping my coffee. Alright, I think I'm just gonna put it here. Alright, so I do apologize because it's quite noisy out here, and I'm just gonna edit it so that I can adjust my voice. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a short-term ownership review of the RSV4. This is a 2013 model again. It's a factory a-PRC model, so you can see there. And first things first, what are my thoughts about the overall looks, how it handles, the sound, the brakes, performances, suspension. Well, for me, if I'm gonna rate this bike 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I'm gonna give it a 9, I think, even a 9.5, I think. I've just had this bike for roughly 3 weeks now, but I'm kind of really loving it. There's something about it that I cannot explain. Maybe it's the Italian exotic thingy, wherein it's a placebo effect, wherein you know to yourself that you're actually driving a very exotic piece of masterpiece. It's a rarity. It's very rare, and only a few people, only a handful of people will actually enjoy this bike. Yeah, not this, as my friend Brian, also his name is also Brian, one of my group mates who also owns an RSV4. He said to me, this bike is not for everyone, and I'm kind of proving it right, because yeah, it's really a love and hate bike. There's really a lot of things to love about this bike. However, there's there's also some things that you might want to hate and might want to change your mind in owning one of these bikes. Alright, so enough with that. Like what I've said, I'm gonna rate it 9 to 9.5 of 10. And let's talk about the looks first. So for the looks, individually, separately, I'm gonna rate this bike 10 out of 10, even 12 out of 10. This bike is really, really, really damn gorgeous, and it shows, right? It shows. There's your proof. There's the solid proof. It's really beautiful. It's really gorgeous. It's addicting. It's not only beautiful and gorgeous, but it's fucking addicting. Look at that. So this is an Italian bike, and well, for you guys out there who are familiar with Italian bikes, they do focus a lot on how the bike looks like. It should be one of a kind. It should not be looking like the generic sport bike, motorbike, MC, whatever you might want to call it. So yeah, they spend a lot of hours designing their bikes, their crafts. So I think there's really a different department. There's a separate department who handles designing of these kinds of bikes, and I think they are spending tons and tons of money just to hire people who can really put up a good job and make this one look like this one, look like this great, look like this fucking gorgeous. So I think that's one of the focuses of Italian bikes, the look. So just look at this tail end. You won't see any model that will look like this one. this one is so sick. Look at that. The sharp edges, the fins. Just look at how it looks like. it's fucking gorgeous, right? So if you can name one bike that has a tail end that looks as good as this one, comment down below, and yeah, I'm gonna treat you on a date. I bet no, I bet not. Alright, and enough with the looks. Now let's talk about the performance. Let's talk about the handling first. The handling of this bike is quite very sharp, very nimble. You have complete control of this bike. Maybe it's because of the weight. It's one of the lightest liter class, super sport class bike out there. This one actually if I'm not mistaken, it's quite close to the weight of that of the Ninja 400. So imagine a Ninja 400 with this power, with this big of an engine rolling on the street. Yeah, so it's like a Ninja 400 on steroids. That's what they call this. That's what they call the RSV4. The handling is superb. I've taken this one to Canyon, to Twisties, and I've had a lot of fun time with this one. It's very compact. The wheelbase is very short, thus giving you an edge on cornering. So you can late brake, you can enter late because of the short wheelbase, because it just want to dive deep. And when you try to make it dive, it dives fast. It freaking dives fast. So that's basically one of the how do you call that, learning curves that I have with this one, because I came with ZX10R, and it's very different. That one is quite long, and you have to prepare for entering a corner. Where in this one, you don't have to think about preparing to enter a corner. You late brake, you enter a corner, and that's it. It's fucking gonna dive. It's fucking gonna dive. This one's gonna dive deep, and it really wanna dive, even if you don't want it to dive. So that's basically what I noticed about this one. The most prominent character of this one, it just want to dive deep. And I haven't any problem being exhausted while riding this one. I had a lot of bikes before this one. ZX10R, I've had MT10, GSXS 1000, and after riding to Marilake, it's in Tanay Rizal. With the previous bikes, I already feel sore after riding, but with this one, I'm still fresh after a long ride. So it's really light. It's very nimble. It doesn't consume much energy from you, so you can enjoy longer rides without being exhausted. The brakes are excellent. Yeah, I don't have to introduce the brakes, so I'm very sure you guys know it. It's one of Brembo's top models, and at the rear it's also a Brembo. With the ZX10R that I owned before, I kinda hate the rear brakes because it's not responding the way as I want it to. It doesn't work the way I want it to. It's not responsive. Well, with this one, I don't have any problems with the rear brakes. It's very responsive, very bitey, especially the front. It's very bitey. Yeah, combined with this brake master cylinder, it's a Brembo RCS 19, so it's a top notch. It's race performance. it's great. That's all I can say about the braking. And about the suspension, I had quite a bit of a disappointment about the suspension. Maybe it's not tuned to my weight yet. Yeah, it's not tuned to my weight yet because I haven't taken this one to a mechanic who can set the tune to my weight. So yeah, that's basically, I think, the problem, and it's very easy to fix that one. So I just have to bring this one to a trusted mechanic, let them tune this one to my weight, and I think after that one I'm gonna be enjoying this much more on the twisties. And then what else? The sound. All right, so the sound, it's a V4. Well, the V4, it's also a love and hate. There's also quite a few people, or there's a lot of people who are in love with this exhaust note, with the engine sound, but not everyone's gonna like this one. Not everyone's gonna like the sound of a V4. Actually, to be honest, I'm more of an inline 4 person. I like the inline 4 sound much better, but this one's really exotic. It's different. It has this kind of like a growl effect on the exhaust note that is very, very sweet. So I think it's the sound of this one is a love and hate too. Yeah, but I love it. But I love this one. I love the sound. It's fucking good. It's fucking nice. All right, and what else? The gas consumption. If you are gonna own these kinds of bikes, later class, you have to set your mind that it's gonna be thirsty. I think my average fuel consumption for this one, it's only gonna average like 10 kilometers per liter, or I don't know how to convert it to liters per 100 kilometers, but for me 10 kilometers per liter is quite bad. But like what I've said, this is a liter class, it's a V4 engine, it's race tuned, so you gotta be expecting that to have a fuel consumption like that. So you gotta set your mind. And the electronics are quite plenty. It's the factory a-PRC, so basically there's a bunch of electronics found in this bike. We have the power mode, rain, sport, and track, wheelie control. You can configure it. ABS, you can also configure it. What else? Wheelie, ABS, launch control, you can also configure it. What else? I forgot the other ones, but yeah, the electronics are plenty. Yeah, this one is a 2013 model, and imagine the number of electronics that's in this bike. Yeah, it can actually compete with a 2020 model, with other models, with other brands. Yeah, so you won't have any shortcomings with the electronics on this one. So I think that's it. It's only a short-term ownership review, so basically that's everything that I can share with you for now, and hopefully it'll be mine for a very long time, for us to be able to make a long-term ownership review of this one. But overall, like what I've said, going back, overall, if I'm gonna rate this one 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I'm gonna give this one 9.5 out of 10. That's how good it is. It's really fucking good. And oh, I forgot about the mag wheels. This one is a forged aluminum. It should came with the factory model. So this one's already a forged aluminum. That's one of the specialties that this model has, compared to the regular model. And that's about it. I hope you do enjoy my short-term ownership review of this one, and please support me by subscribing, liking my contents, and hitting that bell notification icon so that you can be notified about my new contents. And I'm gonna try my best to give you guys more sensible contents. And if you have a bike in mind that you want me to review, please comment down below, and I'll try my best to find one and try out one so that I can also share that with you. So again, it's a Brian of Kid and Dad Motovlog / Sinigang Moto. So from Philippines, from Manila, from Quezon City, we're signing off. Please see you on the next video. Peace, love y'all. Have a coffee.